So today we're looking at the best squads in every single price budget. We're going to go from 50 to 100 all the way up to a absolute mega squad. We have seen price downgrades across the board, like updates. We go to the index 100. You can see that you're getting a bit of fodder that's going up, especially with the increase of a hero pack being released at some point this week. But you can see that we are hitting some major lows, as we should do. That's how the market works to start with. We start seeing it going up and down and up and down, but the general feel is that everything is flying down at the moment, especially when you look at somebody like a Virgil now. If you need coins in FC25, lootbar.gg has you covered. They are the cheapest trading platform on the game, 8 to 10% cheaper than any others, 8% off if you use the code JT11 at the end at checkout, plus you get 5% extra on coins, with the fastest delivery system going, used by many FC25 creators such as Zorky, Manny Plus, and even pro owners. So if you need any coins, head over to lootbar.gg, make sure JT11's in the promo code, and hopefully you enjoy. We can go get him at 290. He will last you till team of the year at an absolute minimum. He more than likely will last you quite some time in this game, and you can see that by just a steady price, but we can see after the third or fourth champs, I think it's the fourth champs maybe, is starting to slowly go down. Everybody's getting impact, and a big one for me that I thought would be so much more rare in the game, Bellingham. I know he's not necessarily the most meta in every single role, but a 90 Bellingham, cover of the game, like he is the one, and he is dropping faster than anything. He is so packable, it's unbelievable. Which hopefully is why I'm doing these squads, because hopefully they are released into each of the teams. So if we go into the community squads, as always, we can have a look on console. We'll have a look at a 50k team to start with to see where the difference really is. Are we starting to see now some bigger teams kind of bring it in, or are they still relatively around the same? And we'll kind of go through and see where we're at. So let's bring this down. We'll get rid of them and we can start having a look at some squads. And I can imagine for 50k, you're not looking at crazy teams. Like 50k is very, very bog standard first couple of days. You should be able to get that pretty easily. So we are blowing a lot of budget here with Declan Rice and Bruno. Probably could get better. I get that they're going for a Prem team. They've obviously got a couple of evolutions. A free Sanchez works really well. You could even then swap out Jota and get a Dharma in there if you finish the season, and then you've saved yourself an extra 5k as well. Obviously 5 back, not necessarily my cup of tea. I'd say it's a decent squad to start with. I wouldn't necessarily go for it, but I think you could definitely build a squad very quickly with that sort of level. We've then got the mix of Prem versus Saudi. We've got a CR7 with the power shot, add a Hunter to him. He's definitely not the worst person you could get in the world. Bernardo Silva and obviously Caicedo in the middle. We're seeing Mane and Talisca with a backline of White, Gomez, Koulibaly, Gusto and Cancelo. Ramsdale in net could change that for Sanchez. Again, could potentially get someone like Adama there, depending on the links needed. I feel like he should be okay with obviously the one player with his team. He's got Cancelo there, he's got Bernardo there. With a manager, should be able to get the full chem on him anyway. Which will only do a couple of these because pretty much most of these are going to be pretty dreadful from the starting point. Like even this Serie A team, it's nice. Obviously you've got Thuram in the middle. You can add a Thuram. You could... Varane's going to take the budget up massively. If it's a 50k squad and I'm offering a suggestion of 450k, that's crazy. But Tomori would be a great upgrade from there. Obviously Di Lorenzo's SBC you could grind out. Kvaratskhelia probably the best version in terms of price. I think the player of the month is a little bit expensive for what it is. I'd rather suggest you Varane, to be honest. And then you could have had potentially Godfrey in there as well. And Mignan is definitely not going to be too much of an upgrade from there. So then if we go over to... We'll have a look at the 100k. I think the 100k should be pretty good still. We've got Premier League on the start. That's predominantly a lot of the low budgets. Prem is just the easiest one. Everybody knows everybody. It works down to a T. So we've got Edison, Gabriel, Trent, Ake, Robertson. I could see that. Okay, that's fair enough. Then you've got Kovacic, you've got Palmer, Odegaard. Very heavy on that 2 sort of cam. I'd possibly go for somebody more box-to-box DM orientated and put like either Odegaard in the middle. Is obviously he's got the incisive pass. James is very good on the right. And Nkunku, I'd possibly go for Nunez, to be honest, as a single striker. João Felix on the left. Again, maybe a Rashford upgrade or someone along them lines. Even a Diaz might not be a bad shout there, in my opinion. If then, we've got Bundesliga Prem. Okay, well, I mean, he's got very lucky in his pre-order. That's one position he doesn't have to change. Maicon is outstanding in this game. You've got Ake, Targ, Ronaldo, Xhaka, a little bit less on that pace, to be honest. Does Xhaka have another card? Not yet. He doesn't even have an evolution yet, in fact. Xavi Simons, Boniface, Bernardo. And Pellinia as well. Very slow midfield. I think that build-up's going to be crazy. Like, it's all going to be funneled into Palmer. You're only really going to have a 4 up front with no added bonus from the centre mids. I'd personally say that their mids need to change massively. Even if you could get maybe a kind of a Prem centre mid here. Even if you went for like Joel Linton evolution or a Bruno Gomes. Anybody with just that slight bit more pace would be that little bit better. And then we got a 100k Dream. In fact, what I want to know is, you've got Messi in this team. Who else have you got? Messi's 18k. There is no way Messi's 18k. Is he actually? Wow. It's a sad day when you see Messi for 18k. Obviously, you've got Neymar at 40. You've got Azpilicueta, Conte, Koulibaly, Jordi Alba for the links, obviously. To be honest, it's not terrible. You've got a decent dribbler in the inside forward there. You've got Alvarez up front's fantastic. Diaby with a quick step. Messi obviously with the technical. And then you've got Conte with the intercept. I mean, that's a pretty balanced team. Other than maybe the left back could be upgraded. But an evolution could definitely be sorted out for him. Take him up to an 84 with a backline booster. I'd say it's pretty good enough. Like, if you're going to do something, it's a free one. You might as well get it done. You whack a shadow on him. 95 pace, 83 defending. If you need the links for the Messi, it's not awful. It's definitely not an awful squad. So then if we ramp up that a little bit more, let's have a look at the 200. Because I believe a lot of people's teams now are already way past this. Like, they are crazy. Then we've got, 5 back again. I can imagine a lot of these are done, pre-patch, to be honest. You got Edison, Delo, Diaz, Mappy, Paredes, Sakinia, Peugeot, Katoto up front, Martinelli, De Bruyne, Odegaard. The midfield is dreadful. Like, you need one of them. One of them is good enough. I know that obviously Odegaard has a little bit more pace and the dribbling passing is going to be incredible, but you are heavily reliant on your defense there. It's almost going to be a battle of the counter-attack. You're going to defend with this. You're then going to push all 5 up front and just constantly go back and forth, because the middle, they're just going to run through that middle, in my opinion. So an interesting one nonetheless. I think there's quite a few upgrades you could go with there. We have Dada, okay. We've got Prem/Serie A. We've got Dybala in the middle with Martinez, Kvaratskhelia on the right, Diaz on the left. Like I said, 10k, very good winger for that price. Rice and Bernardo. You've got Spinazzola. Who could you go in left back instead for Serie A? There's definitely got to be a couple of options you could go with. I know Teo is going to be number 1, obviously, but that price is a little bit more. DeMarco, you could go with DeMarco, to be fair. Is it a specific team? No, it's just anybody. So DeMarco is going to be a cracking option there. Kostic, maybe, if you're looking for more of a wing back, if anything. But then other than that, Spinazzola is probably the next option. You've got Godfrey, Gomez, lovely Evo, Martinez, and then I'm assuming these are the other goalies that he can use. Minyan's never a bad option. I did like Martinez, to be honest. I think he's probably the best option you can go with there. We then have V Final 1. What have we got in here? So we've got La Liga, we've got Liga F, and a bit of Prem. So we've got Courtois in net, fantastic. I think that's already tick off that position, in my opinion. Get the goalkeeper in, absolutely fine. Courtois will give you a solid until team of the year at the minimum. You got Carvajal, again, it's not terrible in an option. He's not necessarily my cup of tea. I'd prefer Walker, but he is considerably a little bit more priced. Konate and Gomez in the back, if you've evolved in any of them, that would be fantastic. Balde, decent left back. You've obviously got Pedri for the incisive pass. You've got Moreno as a little bit of a box-to-box. Rice with a holding DM. Llorente, it depends if you need the Spanish links there. I reckon you might have enough with Balde, Pedri, Carvajal and Moreno for Salma. You could argue that you could change him to like Yamal in form or go for like a Rodrigo, Rafinha. You should have enough. Maybe Rafinha just to get the Barca links if there's not enough links there. But I think you should be fine if you wanted to go Rodrigo, that is. And then Lauen up front. Again, not a bad card. I'm not necessarily a fan of his gold. Maybe go for kind of the inform if you could. Just step it up that little bit. And I know that the Total Rush is a considerably better card, but a considerably more expensive card to say the least. And then if we've got a first icon. I mean, fair enough. Like they've managed to make it work there. Like he's only just over the 200k. Honestly, wouldn't bother. Then if we go just one more, we got actual. Are they just going Liverpool? Oh, no, okay, this is an interesting one. So Gravenberch has got a cracking evolution. If you can get him up to this 85, I think it is the Great Guti. That is a brilliant centre mid. So if you're willing to spend the coins on that, fantastic centre mid straight off the bat. Patry, brilliant. Like Camavinga, could upgrade to Tchouaméni. Balde, we've got pretty much the same back line, bar from Carvajal. Could even change Carvajal for Llorente and that other team. Saka, Peugeot with a Rapid Plus. Alisson's fantastic. I'd say that's a very solid team for 200k. Let's move up a budget then. We've obviously going up to the 500k here. We kind of missed the free 400 because it requires a lot of scrolling. So we are going to go first. I swear we looked at this team last time. Maybe, I don't know actually. Got Kerr, Peugeot. Peugeot's so cheap for an inform there. De Jong, Hemp, James, Patry, Bajourn, Rolfo, Arejo, Balde, Ter Stegen. I'd say that's brilliant. Other than maybe going for like a Putier somewhere here, maybe changing the women and going kind of higher rated potentially in like men prem if you wanted. But clearly a very well built team. You've got your kind of attacking mid, your defensive, your two kind of let's say left and right mids that come up and down, two good strikers, and then obviously a solid back line. I mean, fantastic, great value for that. You've got a hero in Rui Costa in this one. Now, I am waiting to see a lot of this. The Tauran brothers, Varane, Godfrey, then obviously Di Lorenzo in their team. But to be fair, Walker's actually dropped a lot of price, 34,000. So Mignan, Tomori with an evolution. I'm assuming that's Sprint Supreme or the other one that gets passing. No, Sprint Supreme, fair enough. Van der Ven, brilliant. Undogi, cracking left back. Don't know if I'd spend 56 on Martinelli, in my opinion. I think he's okay, but I'd rather like drop the 40k and just go buy a 10k Diaz. Rice, obviously then we've got Chiesa. Very, very nice indeed. We then have we got any other icons in here? Let's have a look at this. We've got Courtois in net at the minimum. We have got not a team. Brilliant. Then we've got a bit of Griezmann and Salah maybe. Ooh, okay, so we've got Guti as the pre-order, so that's a bit of a cheat code. Delo is the ultimate, Marquinhos, Oblak, Konate, Nuno Mendes, John Linton as an evolution, Alvarez linking up with Griezmann, Salah and Martinelli. Again, fantastic. I don't know if he needs Martinelli for the links. Again, I'd probably go Diaz, a Rashford evolution if you wanted to put in some coins. Obviously, he's got a couple of bench players, but nobody worth really mentioning too much there. If we go a bit further down, we've got Casillas. Just Casillas, fantastic. Diane in here. Ooh, okay, another 5-back. So we've got heavily French / Serie A. We've got Mignan, Gusto, Konate, Tomori, Bremer, Batcher. Okay, I can see that. Thuram, Barella, St. Max, Diane, Griezmann. I mean, I don't know where I'd upgrade that, to be honest. Barella's a decent centre mid. I don't think there's really many in the Italian league that you'd probably go over him, to be fair. Other than, obviously, the high expensive ones, of course. Like Loftus-Cheek, if you're going for a little bit more. Other than that, I'd say that's probably bang on, to be fair. I wouldn't even go Nakata over him, to be fair. That's solid. Absolutely brilliant. I like it. Then we've got De Bruyne in this one. It's always interesting with De Bruyne because you know that they've got a different pattern of playing. Edison, Gusto, chemistry, 31. Edison, Gusto, Rudiger, Pavard. Ooh, don't know if I'd go Pavard in the middle. Guess in the French links for the Serie A. Schlotterbeck, Mendy, Modric, De Bruyne, Taurum, Adeyemi. Now, Obviously, you could go Adeyemi for the inform. That's a cracking inform, to say the least. Brilliant on the eyes, to be honest. Look at the stats. Absolutely fantastic with a... If I can click him, just stay on him. If you go for, was it a finisher, I want to say? I'm pretty sure it's a finisher that really just wraps him up to an 87 left wing from 82. Look at them stats. Absolutely brilliant for the pace dribbling and shooting. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Then, if we keep going, we'll go on page 2 for this one, because then we're going to get into some of the big squads. If we look at Weekend League, Donnarumma. Okay, so he's got Z Roberto in the centre mid, going 5 at the back again. Walker, Gomez, Gabriel, Upamecano, Batcher, Donnarumma in net, Grace, Z Roberto, Chiesa, Diani, and Gulli. In that one, Upamecano's fine, but I don't think you need the Bundesliga links, to be honest. You could... Granted, it's just easy to say. You could upgrade to Saliba, obviously. I think, how much chem? 31. Who's not got the chem? Is it Chiesa that's not got... I'm assuming Chiesa and Walker's not got the chem. Why has Gomez got the chem then? Oh, no, he's got the chem with, obviously, Chiesa. It's Gabriel that doesn't have it. So Saliba's going to be a great replacement there. I personally am preferring Sakina, but I'm guessing they've got Batcher for that whipped pass, in my opinion. Gulli... solid, but I'd prefer Dembele, in my opinion. I think Chiesa's good. Grayson, Z Roberto. Other than that, I think you're pretty bang on. Obviously, a Virgil for Gomez there, which might leave Walker a little bit open, but still could make that work with Saliba on there. Might give him a bit of extra chem on that one. So then we move up to the million already. This is kind of where I'm assuming a lot of people, if you're playing squad battles, rivals, and champs to a solid level, this is where I kind of expect a lot of people's teams with at least somewhat of a good pack weight. We've got Sigma, okay? We've got Dudek in net, 5 at the back, obviously. Or is this 3 at the back? 5-3-2, of course. Koyunde, Militao, Arejo, brilliant trio. Would you go Rudiger over any of them? I think, to be fair, maybe Rudiger over Militao at the minute because of a playstyle plus, but to be fair, I think you're fine. Bellingham, Patrick, De Jong, great midfield. Obviously, Walker at right back's fantastic. Larson, I'm assuming he's got him from the icon pack, so that again is fair enough. Griezmann's brilliant. I mean, there's very little room to wiggle there. Like, obviously, the icon's not there out of choice. It is probably just packed. So whether we find a better replacement other than that, I think that team would definitely get you very far for quite some time. We then have a 4 at the back. Fantastic. Alisson, Gusto, Van Dijk, Van der Ven, Undogi. Good back line. Obviously, Walker's the upgrade on the right. Left back, to be fair, for Prem, I'd probably say Undogi's one of your better ones. Mendy would be my normal go-to shout. Tower and Brothers, Salah, Chiesa, Barella, and Doku. So that's 587, so it's not even near the million coins. Wow. We got Sellout. Oh, okay. I think I saw that one before, in fact. Maldini, I'm assuming this is just... Yeah, I was going to say, that's just Buffon. I swear I've seen that one as well. We've got Griezmann in a Brazilian Saudi team. Okay, we've got Varane obviously featuring. We've got DeMarco, Tauram, Tchouaméni, Rodrigo, Cancelo, Bremer, Mignan, Griezmann, and Neymar. That's coming in at 760. If he was to make up the extra 250, I'd be looking, because you've got to heavily look at the centre-backs. Bremer's good for what he is right now. What's his inform coming in at, in fact? Because you might as well if you're going for it. Ooh, maybe not. Don't look at that inform. Tchouaméni's obviously got a better version. Costs way more than that. Neymar's does as well. Griezmann does as well. Other than maybe changing the team entirely, you're probably on the money with that one, to be fair. This one did say new. So let's just have a look and see. What have we got in number 1, in fact? That's going to be the big one. We got Edison, Mendy, Militao, Van Dijk, Walker, Camavinga, Bellingham, Rodri, Rashford, Chiesa, Yamal. Now, obviously, Rashford with Evolution, it's going to be much better. Rodri is fine for now. Chiesa, I'd probably change for a better striker. Like a Son is going to be fantastic in that role. Or even a Haaland if you're looking for a bulkier striker. That's going to work really well. Camavinga for Tchouaméni maybe could be the option. Walker, Van Dijk, Edison. Brilliant. I don't think you can really change that too much. Then if we go into new, we've got, how much chem? 29 chem. One on Varane might need to be upgraded, to be honest, and on Tauram as well. Courtois, Koyunde, Arejo, could go Mendy on the left-hand side, Patrick Bonmati, Pajot, Griezmann, Rodrigo. So if you could Potentially go with Mendy to get more links to Varane and also Thuram. Hopefully you've got a French manager. If it does affect the ladies here, you could put Liga F on him, and that should be fine. Griezmann's fine, Rodrigo's fine. I'd say other than that, maybe getting that little extra chem would be a little bit better. Is this the very similar team? Rudiger, Koyonde, Hakimi, Rolfo, Courtois, Bonmati, Patry, Nico, Salma, Griezmann, Dembele. Brilliant, brilliant cards. So I think you've obviously got one on Hakimi. You could change that to like a Llorente if you're looking for chem. I'm assuming he's going for Dembele. So you'd go Mendy on the left-hand side. These should get the links, especially with with the other Spanish player and also a Liga F manager. Then Dembele, you'd get Mendy. Hakimi's going to be the hard one. You wouldn't even be. You'd just have to get more French players in there. You'd have to like substitute like a Bonmati for I don't even know at this point. You're looking French, like a Zaire Emery would be a shout, but again, it's going to take the whole chem. So for right now, that's fine. I think you could get away with Dembele with 2. It's Hakimi with 1, which is a bit of an issue. You could potentially drop Courtois and go Donnarumma instead. Might not be a terrible option. So let's jump up. This is kind of now where, if you've had good pack luck, this is kind of where you should be at. And then depending on where you're going from there, will be depending on what you bring your team up with. So, oh, he's gone expensive with Nico Williams. So most of the time, what you'll find with a team, this is kind of where you'll find at the moment from what I'm seeing. So I'm interested to see what people's prices are with this. Normally I go with a cheeky 4-4-2. Keeps it nice and standard down the middle. You're looking at someone like Walker on the right back. You're looking at Virgil. You're looking at Saliba. And then you're looking at Mendy on the left-hand side. Then if you go in for the mid, you're probably going for like a Bellingham. You're looking at who goes with him. Because you could either go Prem or you leave the Prem for the attack. We'll come back to that and we'll see what we need. Because I'd personally go Son up front just because his finesse is brilliant. Alongside Griezmann. Then you're looking right-hand side. To be honest, if you're just going for cheap and cheerful, Adama will not go wrong there. On the left-hand side, other than Vinny being so expensive, I'd potentially go with a Rashford, but then go for the extra evolution for him so you can make him into this one. And then pretty much from there, we're looking for another Prem player. So we would be looking at who would be the best Prem player that you could go there. It's either that or you go Dutch and you go De Jong. Get to the links there, you go De Jong, and to be honest, how much is that? 1.4 mil. That team will last you quite some time. Now, you do need upgrades at some point. Obviously, Virgil's got an upgrade. Mendy's got an evolution. Bellingham's got an upgrade. De Jong's got an upgrade. Griezmann does. Son does. Now, in terms of right-hand side, you could be looking at Rodrigo. You could go a Dembele if you're looking for French and just move a few people around. Obviously, Son can go onto the left-hand side. Rashford can go striker, depending on what you're looking for. It has a bit of versatility in it, but that's predominantly what we're looking for in most people's teams. Now, the extra bonus that people have is that you have got the icon pack. And also, if you are looking for kind of a lot of this is the expensive part. Like, that's 1.8 mil for 4 cards. If you're looking Thuram would take it up to about 1.9 and a bit. Then you'd look at Godfrey, 1.9 and a bit of change. Right back Di Lorenzo would pretty much take it up to 2 mil. Then you could go Kvaratskhelia, Martinez, go for a Barella for 28 and Mignan. You're probably looking at like 2.1 I'd say for that. That really is a solid Serie A team as well. I know he's looking at Mignan. He's looking at Milan more so than anything there as well. In this team then we've got Petit, obviously could be from the Max 87. Alisson King could again be from the 87. Rodrigo, Walker, Van der Ven in form, DeMarco, Thuram, Kvaratskhelia, Rutte and Griezmann. I think Virgil needs to be in there. I get that obviously this is more than likely SBCs. He, again, could be bought or could be packed from a Team of the Week pack. But Virgil definitely needs to be there. I think everybody else is pretty solid. Rutte, I'm guessing is there for the French link and Thuram, but I would personally be looking for kind of more of a Son, if anything, if you could help it. But again, it's different depending on. Then we've got, okay, yeah, I was going to say, we're more than likely going to get a Smith-Morgan combination. Obviously, we've got Watt. You could go Swanson instead of Nico, but Nico's fantastic in himself as well. Trent, Menu, Virgil, Llorente, Courtois, Marquez, and Mendy. So we're going to start to see these big teams really dictated by what icon or hero they've packed, or what SBCs have come out. That is predominantly going to be the big one, to be honest. We then have Hansen for 900,000 of the budget. That's what I mean. You got Yapstan as the... Well, he's not got that one yet. But if he's got Yapstan as his pre-order, fantastic, nice, easy and free card. Foden, Diani, Griezmann, Patry, Rudiger. You can see what I mean. Like they are standard cards across the board. There's very little room for manoeuvres. Keane and Zola, very nice if you packed both of them. Rodman, Smith, Garcia, Rafinha, Frimpong, Virgil, Militao, Mendy, and Alisson. I'd say that's pretty solid. Then, if we wanted to just do one step a bit far here, we'll go for the 10 mil ones, because this is where it's really just going to hit that next level. You're going to start to see some mega teams. Like we've got a full Real Madrid team here with the max of the max. That's just incredible. It's absolutely disgusting to have a team like that. Like obviously most people won't have that, but that is incredible. I can imagine. Yeah, everybody on a 10 mil, 5 mil team has got to have Mbappe. If you've got 3.7 mil and you can get him, you just get him now. Like, he is going to be the cheatiest of cheat codes you could possibly get. I'm like 1.2 mil off. I need Mbappe in my life. But you got Griezmann, Hansen, Putellas, Walker. Like, anything over 5 mil, you can pretty much just get whatever team you need, to be honest. You'll see everybody has got the Mbappe. That is just disgusting in itself as well. Edison, Walker, Saliba, Varane, Capdevia, Thuram, Govu, Marquisio, Mbappe, Ginola. Mbappe and Ginola, only 7 mil between them. And then 1 mil on Son. That's just, it's just insane. We've got 9.8. He's got Salah in there, I'm sure. No Mbappe. Oh, okay. Maybe he's got Hullet. Okay, that's fair enough. You're looking at most of the budget on Hullet. You've obviously got Carfu there. Roberto or Lumber could be from the SBC. Same with Dudek as well, to be fair. So another massive, massive team. And then we've got Man United, Man City. What can we make out of this? 12 million. Wow, who's the budget? Oh, okay, he's got the bench as well. I was going to say, I was like, that's not a 12 million coin team. I mean, to be honest, I'd even rather go with a lot of the more meta teams at 2 mil, to be fair. Bobby Charlton, obviously very nice, but everybody else pretty bog standard, if I'm being honest. So, another interesting one. I'm just really interested because we've never really gone on the 10 mil. Surely this is just going to be crazy. It's just, okay, yeah, of course. Going for the biggest one you could possibly go with. I'm assuming everybody else is doing that. Yeah, of course. So everybody's just gonna, is everybody just putting him on the bench? Yeah. That's what I mean. He just ruins it. The real best team. Ooh. Okay, yeah. So we can get behind that. Obviously, you'd go Mbappe over Mia Hamm 100% of the time. Buffon, Thuram, Virgil, Maldini, Hullet, Zidane, Pele, Bale, Ronaldinho, R9, Mbappe. But Ham is obviously more expensive, but that's just nuts. It's a great team. But that's going to be all the teams. Let me know how expensive yours is. I think mine's probably around the 1.5, maybe closer to 2 mil, but I'd say it's probably dropping down to the 1.5 with all the gold cards going down. Let me know, and I'll catch you all for the next one. Peace.